Good afternoon, my friends. Thank you for joining me. So for supper tonight, I'm going to be making a lasagna soup. If you've never had it, stick around. It's easy and it's delicious. Here we go. All right, so I've got my pan on the stove, and the first two ingredients that I want to add is a pound of ground Italian sausage. We'll get that in there. And also 1 pound of hamburger. Now we're going to fry that up, and we're going to take it out, drain the grease, and then we're going to set the meat off to the side. So we'll go ahead and we'll let that cook, and we'll go ahead and drain the grease. We've got our meat mixture drained and got it set off to the side over here. So now I'm going to use the same pan, and I'm going to put about a tablespoon of olive oil in the bottom of it there. And then I'm going to add 1 diced large yellow onion. And we're just going to cook this down. Saute the onion just a little bit. We just want to kind of tenderize it somewhat. God, I love the smell of onions cooking. Let me know if you guys have ever had this type of soup, or if you even like lasagna. I love lasagna. This is just a different way to have it. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you got to enjoy time with friends and family. Hope you got to eat a lot of food. I did. Now I'm regretting it. But hey, that's all part of the holidays. All right, we're going to give that just a few more minutes and let those onions cook down a little bit. We've given our onions about 5 minutes or so to cook down. They're looking pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and add 3 cloves of freshly minced garlic. Of course, you got to add garlic. And we want to stir that around. And we'll cook that garlic for about 2 minutes or so. That garlic's cooked down, so I'm going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. I'm going to add 1 jar, 24 ounce of Rayo's homemade marinara. And that smells delicious. All right, now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of dried parsley flakes, a half a teaspoon of dried oregano, and 1 teaspoon of dried basil. And I just want to give it a quick stir. We've got that blended pretty well. So I'm going to add 7 cups of chicken broth. So one of these boxes is 4 cups. And I have 2 boxes. So I'm going to reserve about a cup in this second box. And we're going to stir that around. Now I'm going to cook this on about a medium high heat. I don't want to just overdo it, so All right, we're going to stir that around. That looks pretty good. Now we're just going to come over here, grab our meat mixture, and we're going to add that right back to it. Just about like so. We'll stir that around. Now we want to bring this back up. We want to bring it to a boil. Let it get good and hot. Let everything kind of work its way in there together. And then we'll, once it comes to a boil, then we're going to turn it down just a little bit. So we'll go ahead and let that come up to a boil. All right, we've got our mixture up to a boil. That's looking pretty good. All right, so what I want to add now, I have taken 10 lasagna noodles and I've cut them up in quarters. Just, I don't, about that size right there. And I'm going to go ahead and add that to the mixture. And I'm going to turn that down on a medium low. And I'm going to stir that around and let those noodles cook. And you want to just give this an occasional stir. That way it don't stick on the bottom. You kind of work them noodles around in there. And this is smelling fantastic. We're going to cook this probably for 10, 15 minutes or so, something like that. It's not going to take the noodles that long to cook. So we'll go ahead and continue stirring this and give those noodles time to cook. All right, guys. So while the noodles are going to continue cooking down here, I've taken a bowl and I have freshly grated 1 cup of Parmesan cheese. And I'll put that in the bowl. Now I'm going to add a cup of mozzarella shredded. And I'm going to add a 12-ounce container. Actually, this is 15. So I'm going to add about 12 ounces of that. Might get a little more of that out of there. Ricotta cheese. And we're just going to kind of blend all this in together in this bowl. Just kind of mix it together. It's not going to just blend real easy. So I'm just going to kind of fold it and mash it together. About like so. You can kind of see it's going to make almost kind of like a paste by the time you get everything done there. There we go. That's looking pretty good. We'll kind of get that all blended in. All right. Now we're just going to set that off to the side till we get ready to use it. Looks like our soup's ready, so we're going to go ahead and start making our bowl. Look at that, guys. Boy, if that don't make you want to jump on it. Those noodles are cooked just perfect. Now we're going to take our cheese mixture. We're going to add a big dollop to the top of that. Just about like that. And we're going to top that off with some freshly chopped basil. And there it is. Pretty simple. Going to be delicious. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, it ain't getting much better than that. If you love lasagna, give this soup a try. I guarantee you'll like it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your support. God bless.